And then also check this out. Most men trust a
Just
woman.
listen.
Like, let's think about it. The reason why you got guys paying for kids that's not theirs is because some of those men trust the women, or they marry this woman, have sex with this woman. She had sex with somebody else. He ain't thinking, no, there's no problem whatsoever. We're not saying that most women are criminal in this regard. No, we're not
No,
saying
we're not
that.
saying.
What I'm saying is listen, why even leave it up to chance? If there can be a surefire way to make sure that man and woman know exactly who this child belongs to, so if you want to do whatever it is that you want to do, listen, I understand the social idea of feeling like you being disrespected because why would you think that I would cheat on you? There's a lot of guys that didn't think that they woman would cheat on them, but they did. The reality is something as simple as taking this test for $100, even $200. For $200, the peace of mind that it creates in everybody's mind that simply this child belongs to these two people, it benefits everybody involved. It benefits the child never got to wonder. It benefits the father, he ain't never got to wonder. The woman, she always know because the baby came out of her, so she ain't got no question. But guess what? Now she know her man ain't never gonna have to worry about this child not being his, and that
You know,
if she were to bring it up to be like, yo, you not taking care of your kid, here's the proof, we ain't no argument.
HD. You want to know
So
what
let me
else?
just say
What
this.
you
Let me just say this real fast. Guess what? It ain't a law. So what we gonna do now?
make it a law?
So
So look,
no, it's probably not gonna be a law.
maybe it will.
So with that being said, now so with today, April the 20th, it is not a law. A baby is being born right now. You don't think that's your child? What solution can we give a man right now whose baby was born at 1:25 a.m. April the 20th, 2004, and he thinks that this may not be his child?
You have the
Obviously,
you
go get.
have the
Wait
right
for your
to
Obviously,
law?
go
choose.
get a
Should he wait
pregnancy.
for your
I mean,
law?
obviously go get a paternity test.
Oh,
However,
so it's okay for him to go.
no, I watched this show called Paternity Court, and one of the things I find interesting on Paternity Court is the amount of harm that's done to these children when they're placed in turmoil, or that these men leave these kids in the first 5 years of their life because the paternity doubt got to them and they left. So
Mhm.
what I'm talking about not only helps the kids and the family, but it helps everybody, because the after effect of somebody I've heard women say that's not your kid in an argument, according to people online, right? When that's done, even if she didn't mean it from that point forward, it's a potential for that man to leave based off of him, because he's gonna think about that for the rest of his time with you. Every time he look at the kid, he's gonna be in the mirror like, I don't got the same exact nose, forehead a little larger than mine. Um, and if he doesn't do the right thing and go get tested, he might be in a fight and blow up and leave based off of that thought, and that's sitting in the background. And anything else brought to the forefront is the catalyst, but it really was him marinating over, was this child mine the whole time?
So
Like, I
let
don't
me
know.
ask
I
you.
just want to prevent it.
So I get it. You're trying to save another man's life. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is this. At this point, it's not a law. Okay? So it's kind of like, oh, everybody should be tested for HIV because you don't want to give it to another person, right? It's not a law right now. So it's up to you to say, before I sleep with you, I need you to be tested. So you have to
I would be
what
I would be
what
fine with that.
what I'm trying to understand, make you guys understand is sometimes you got to take it into your own hands, right? If you don't want to be done dirty, you have to figure it out yourself. You have to, because there are ways. If you know that you got a little 3 or 4 on your hands, if you feel like that baby nose ain't that nose is not your nose, you can be a decent man and sit down and say, hey, I'll have your mama do it for you. Mama don't mind doing it. Look, y'all ain't married.
Do
I want my child to have mama do it for you. Ask your mama to do it. If you don't want to do it, I bet your mama will do it.
so
So
while you talking about practical solutions, I agree with you. What I'm speaking to is the fact that you would even say if you think you got a little hole on your hands. That's how the women interpret asking for the paternity test. So that is an insult.
You're not married. It's already an insult. Listen, y'all ain't married. Y'all ain't probably ain't even exclusive to each other. You're probably in a situationship. Like, it's okay to ask. So what is she gonna do? What's she gonna do? Hey, because at the end of the day, if she asks for child support, she's gonna get one because the court makes her do that, right? There's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, what are y'all scared of?
We're not saying that it's not a smart move for a man to have that has questions, right? To go and get the answers he's seeking for. I always advocate for that. No matter what it is, if you got questions, go to the places that give answers, right? Cool. Fantastic. However, the reality is this: it's never going to be a question that child belongs to the mother, unless by some crazy scenario.
Yes, we understand. So what's the
Unless by some crazy scenario the baby gets swapped and you don't recognize that that's not your baby because it looks exactly like the other baby that just got pulled out of somebody else, right? Which is very rare. But the reality is that, listen, for peace of mind, the only reason why you are not specifically you, the only reason why most people will have an issue with this, right, is because, oh, well, that makes my person feel bad. Instead of thinking,
no,
I want to give
my
the
biggest
other
issue
person a
is
peace of mind that
nobody's
he ain't
gonna
never got to
pay
worry about
for
it.
it. They're just not. It's a cost. Hospitals, that's not what they do. Okay, it's just not. It's not what they do. It's an outside agency that does that. Okay, so with that being said, all I'm saying to you is, right now, today, it is not a law. So what are you gonna do? I'm giving you an alternative to something that you can do today.
Yeah, but we're talking about it so that we can, one, create more awareness, and two, to see if we can make it some sort of situation so that everybody can benefit. Yes, it's not a law today. Black people voting wasn't a law before, but now black people can vote because a lot of people
I
start
can
fucking
name
about it.
1,000 other laws that need to take place before this one. It's just not on
Which is
legalize
fine.
polygamy first before this. I agree.
Look, I get what y'all are saying. I get you guys want to have a law, but at the end of the day, this is still, if you cared enough, if you really, really care, you will understand that it's not a law today. So let's give a solution to what people can do. Since it's not a law today, what can these men do to ensure that this kid is theirs?
We already know this. We're talking about a theoretical concept of what should be. We agree that is in practicality, we already go get the test. Simple. But we're talking about, would the world be better off if we implemented this? Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do a video and start a channel for real, and I'm gonna have a list of things that all the complaints will go to the solutions. Polygamy should be legalized. Mandatory DNA testing.
You know, I got a law. You get a woman pregnant, mandatory that you marry her, so we can stop having
that's fine. That goes with polygamy should be legalized.
If you tell a woman that you have an intent to marry her and you don't, she can sue you. You get her pants.
That law exists.
If you lie to her to get her vagina,
that law exists.
And you go back on your word, that should be a law. We're doing all these laws to protect men. Let's do some laws to protect women as well.
My first law protected women too.
What do you mean?
Because that's a problem in the streets too.
My first law protected women as well. If you get two,
you get along.
You get along. We get along.